Evan literally said, I couldn't remember the name of your show, and I love you guys. I remember your names, but I don't remember. And the thing that's interesting, too, is in order for us to get to the next level of our life, we have to rebrand. What a coincidence.
Very difficult. And, you know, just because the Hyperconscious podcast is no more, we are literally just getting started. 450, what is this? This is 459. Like 460 episodes almost. We had a good run, but we're not stopping. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of the Hyperconscious podcast. Today, we are doing a Thursday special. For episode number 459.
Oh, yeah?
This is not something we will be doing repeatedly. It's just a one-time thing for now. I'm sure eventually we'll get to 6 or 7 episodes a week. But for now, we're jumping on here today because we have been mentioning that we're going to do a rebrand. We are going from the Hyperconscious podcast to Next Level University, where we help you get to the next level when it comes to your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. And we wanted to talk to you guys today about why we're doing that and what to expect.
Next Level You.
Yeah.
I like that.
Not bad.
Okay, so why are we rebranding? Well, if you've ever heard Kevin's speech on cultivating confidence, he talks about the confidence conundrum. And if you've ever heard the Empowering Beliefs Mastermind that we dropped last week, you also understand that if you have no belief, there's too much uncertainty, you most likely don't take action. We all kind of get that. Here's the thing. Clarity creates certainty, which creates action. And so if you're out there listening right now, you already know us to some extent. But what we've realized is that almost all of our listeners have come through referrals because hyperconscious isn't a common word that people understand. And so we were on the phone with Evan Carmichael. He's now a coach bi-weekly, very blessed. And he basically said, like, why are you doing this show? Who do you want to help? Helping us get clarity. And also he thinks we needed a new name. He shook our snow globe a little bit about hyperconscious and made us realize that, honestly, unless you already know what hyperconscious means, which very few people do, which means being acutely aware, then most likely people aren't going to understand what your show is about. And if they don't understand what your show is about, they're not going to click on it. Imagine going to the bookstore and people say, don't judge a book by its cover. Here's the thing. People kind of do, okay? If you love Tom Brady and you see a picture of Tom Brady, the TB12 method, how to sustain a lifetime of peak performance, you know exactly what that book's about. So therefore, you have enough clarity and enough certainty to actually pick it up and buy it. You know whether or not you want it or not. Next Level University, the vision for that is basically what we already do, but it just provides clarity to someone and context to someone of like, listen, no matter what level you're at in life right now, we're going to help you elevate to that next level by becoming the best version of yourself through health, through wealth, and through love. And that's already what we're doing, but now it'll be clear to the marketplace.
Yeah, again, nothing in terms of content, nothing is really going to change. I mean, we might dive deeper into business sometimes.
Right.
We're going to talk about what we're going through, what we want to talk about, but we're always going to be talking about how to get better. Nothing about that is going to change. In terms of where you'll find us, our YouTube channel, the name is going to change, but if you're subscribed, you'll still be subscribed because we're just going to change the name. If you listen to us on Spotify or Apple or Stitcher or Pandora or any of those, we're just going to change the name. If you're subscribed, you'll stay subscribed.
Right.
You're not really going to have to do anything, but if you do find that, like, when you're searching for the show and you don't find the Hyperconscious podcast, it's going to be because it's Next Level University.
Yep.
And if you do recommend us, it'll be Next Level University. It's interesting, and I asked you this question, and this is a great lesson for anybody starting a business or a brand or a product or service, whatever. Alan and I will go to networking events, relationship building events, and people will say, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm the host of the Hyperconscious podcast. 9 times out of 10, I have to say it at least 2 or 3 times.
I know.
What show is it? Hyperconscious. Oh, that's a neat name. I've never heard of that before.
Right. Well, that's when I always throw.
I wish you had
one of the business cards,
right?
Because then they'll see the logo and be able to recognize it.
But that's a great lesson of, like, if you're telling people about your product, your service, your brand, your podcast, whatever it is, and they're saying, like, wait, what is it again?
Yep.
That's the point that Evan made. Like, it's not memorable, and it kind of makes sense. It's memorable to us because we know what it means.
Evan literally said, I couldn't remember the name of your show, and I love you guys. I remember your names, but I don't remember. And the thing that's interesting, too, is in order for us to get to the next level of our life, we have to rebrand. What a coincidence. Next Level University. Think about that name for a second. Next Level University. University implies that you're here to learn. If you're out there listening right now, you're here to learn, right? We're not talking about the weather. Next level, no matter what level you're at, there's always that next level you can get to, including Kevin and I.
Of course.
Dave talks about, being a hypocrite. We didn't know that it's interesting because once Evan raised our awareness of the fact that he didn't even remember hyperconscious, but he remembered our names, we started looking into the past whenever we would tell people.
The questions we asked ourselves. We started asking ourselves good questions.
Exactly. And dude, I have so many experiences where I would tell someone the name of our show and it wouldn't resonate.
Same.
And you knew it and I knew it, and that was such tough feedback to take. But I really do believe that for us to get to the next level of our mission, we have to do this. And I actually am already kind of falling in love with the idea of like next level university, next level you. I think online education is a beautiful thing. I mean, this is synchronistic. And so I'm really excited, and I hope everyone else is as well.
Yeah. And we're going to have an online university. It'll be called Next Level University.
Right.
It'll be on the website where you can go, and we'll have like an online campus where there's a building. This little building, quote unquote building, is going to be, maybe it's health.
Yep.
Right? Mental health. Like, how do you meditate? What are some good meditation things? Journaling, blah, blah, blah. We'll have one for wealth on making money, saving money. We'll have one on love where we have the relationship check-ins and we have all of that. So it's scary for sure. But at the end of the day, we are so more committed to this than almost anything else. Obviously, our relationships and our families. But we're so committed to impacting the amount of people that we want to impact that we realize, look, I love the Hyperconscious podcast. I came up with a name. I didn't come up with the artwork, but I had the idea for it. And like, I'm very invested is a good word. But I would be doing the world, I'd be doing you guys a disservice. I'd be doing everybody a disservice if I said, you know what? Evan, yeah, you're right, but I'm not changing. Like, I'm stubborn. I want this to be the name. I want to make this the brand. You better believe we'll be saying hyperconscious in episodes.
Oh, for sure.
You better believe we'll be using it as an adjective and a verb like we are now. But I want to make sure that we do accomplish our intentions and our goals. And I think even though it's scary, even though it's painful, even though it's new, it's uncertain, I think it's necessary, and I think it will pay off for us in the long term, and we hope you guys enjoy the name.
Absolutely. Last thing I'll say, the timer just went off. If you're out there listening right now, you can look at your life, right? And you can probably remember moments where you had to shed old skins in order to grow into that next version of yourself. And Kevin and I on this journey, I mean, you saw that episode 459, or no?
I think it's 451.
I think so. Or 449. Anyways.
Yeah. When we went back
to episode 1, and it is drastic how much we've transformed. Well, the show needs to transform too. Kevin and I have consistently raised our awareness with mentors and coaches and talking and conversations and books and learning and events and all that stuff. That's all great. We have to have our business and our show evolve with us so that all our listeners can evolve with us. There is no end to this journey. This journey has no port. The journey of becoming the next level you, the next level of your life, there will always be another level. And in order to get to that next level, and kudos to you, Kev, because when we first started this journey together, it was Conversations Change Lives meets Hyperconscious Podcast, and we eventually had to choose Hyperconscious Podcast.
That's a tough intro.
And I had to give, right. And I had to kind of put my ego aside and choose Hyperconscious because I did love that name, and I thought it was the better name. And you had your train rolling a little bit better than mine at that point in terms of the podcast. And so kudos to you for not letting your ego and being attached to an old self hold you back from becoming the greatest version of you and having the greatest impact. So kudos to you, man.
I appreciate that.
That's
it's very
huge.
difficult. And, just because the Hyperconscious podcast is no more, we are literally just getting started. 450, what is this? This is 459. Like 460 episodes almost. We had a good run, but we're not stopping. The show will continue. The value will continue. We're going to continue growing and evolving, and this is going to help us help more people, and that is our goal.
Right.
Like in the end, I think in the outro where I say if you'd share this, it would help us help more people and make more people hyper-conscious. We're still going to be doing that, except we're going to be helping people get to the next level, whatever that means, and it has been a glorious journey thus far, very bittersweet, but as of next week, Monday, you will. Oh wow, we're recording that today.
Yeah.
Wow. Monday, you will hear. Welcome to another very special episode of Next Level University. So bittersweet, but it has to happen, and we appreciate you guys more than anything. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. We wouldn't be able to do this for a job. Like sometimes I pinch myself because this is our life.
Right.
It's wild. All right, we're going to get out of here before I start crying. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this, and we will talk to you on our regularly scheduled Friday episode dropping tomorrow.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.